Your running form could make or break your next race. Fixing it is simpler than you think. Coming from a sprinting background and going into distance running, I used to obsess over my running form. And I always thought, do I look like a distance runner? Because I know how the sprinters are supposed to look. But I realized running isn't a beauty contest. It's about efficiency, what works for your body, not someone else's. In this episode, I'll help you figure out what that means for you so you can run smoother, faster, and with way less effort and less stress. Here's what we're gonna cover: what running form actually is, because it's not about looking good, how to get it right without overthinking, why it's the key to running better, longer, and with fewer injuries, and I'll give you 6 practical fixes that you can implement ASAP, ranging from foot strike, posture, arm swing, breathing, stride length, cadence, and more. And you can start using all that right now to level up your running form. But first, before we get into it, I'm Darren D. Lake, certified running and nutrition coach, sub 3-hour marathoner, and 10-hour Ironman finisher. Since 1996, I've been helping other self-coached runners, researching and experimenting on how to better myself 1% each day. If you're tired of trial and error, or you've been sidelined by injuries, or you just are like, I can't progress any further, I'm not getting faster, this might be your guide to becoming a better runner, not overnight, but sustainably for life. That's how we do it. Let's get into the episode. The first one, foot strike, the start of your run form and stride. How your foot hits the ground when you actually run. It's one of those things runners love to overthink, so let's break it down and clear up a few myths. First up, heel striking. Here's the deal. It's not the villain we once thought it was. New research shows that heel striking doesn't directly cause injuries. The actual reason why people get injured when they heel strike is overstriding. So overstriders also heel strike. That's when your foot lands way out in front of your body, creating a braking force that slams your joints and just slows you down. Modern running shoes, especially super shoes with higher stack heights, have made heel striking way less of a problem because they soften the impact. But don't take my word for it. There's actual studies out there, run scientists that are doing all this stuff, from Gruber et al. That backs this up. They found that heel striking isn't inherently harmful. It's the combination of heel striking and overstriding that's the issue, as I said before. In other words, it's not about what part of your foot hits the ground, it's where it lands in relation to your body, which leads to midfoot striking. And this tends to be the sweet spot because we have forefoot strikers, and I'll go into that in a second. Why? Because it's better for running economy, what midfoot striking is. When you land closer to the center of your mass, so when you midfoot strike, you actually land under your hips. You reduce braking forces and transition more efficiently through your stride. It's smoother, lighter, and less taxing over time. Forefoot striking, unless you're sprinting, is probably overkill, or you naturally just land on the tips of your toes. It's probably overkill if you want to try to forefoot strike. Landing on your toes shifts a lot of stress to your calves and Achilles, which can lead to injuries like tendinopathies, tendinosis, they call it tendinitis. Some people call the Achilles stuff, plantar stuff, possibly shin splints, and calf strains. So what's the takeaway? Don't stress about being a heel, midfoot, or forefoot striker. If you're comfortable, injury-free, and not overstriding, you're probably fine. But if you're looking to improve your efficiency, aiming for a midfoot strike for as much as you can in your runs and reducing overstriding is a game changer. Bottom line, foot strike isn't one size fits all. The goal is to make running feel easier, not force yourself into someone else's ideal running form. Let's go to the next one, posture, the foundation. This is your base. If it's off, everything else falls apart. Keep your shoulders relaxed. I probably have bad posture as I'm talking about this in this camera on this recording. Chest open and head neutral, not craning forward like you're checking your phone mid-run, the nerd neck. Picture a string pulling you up from the top of your head, tall but not stiff. Why it matters, good posture sets the tone for everything else. Slouch and you're burning energy that could be used to move yourself forward. The next section around running form, arm swing, your secret weapon. Your arms, they're not just there for decoration, they actually help you run better. Bend your elbows at 90 degrees and swing them straight forward and back. Yes, this looks ridiculous, but the more you try to think about doing that, the better it is. Not across your body like you're dodging through a crowd. You do not want to be doing that, and a lot of people do that and they don't know, especially as they get tired. Your brain doesn't care about good form. Shoulders down, fists loose, you're not in a boxing match. Why it matters, a clean arm swing keeps your stride balanced and your energy focused where it should be, on moving forward, not sideways. Now the fix to all this, because we're in the third one of 6, the fix to all this is plyometrics and running form drills, and also mental workouts, which I have a whole thing on, and you can download that at QR code either here, or if you're listening, the link in the show notes, or if you just want to click below, the video description down there on the website somewhere. If you're reading it, That's the best way. You got to do it. I'd say before every run, if you can, do about 2 to 3 minutes. And if you could do once a week, about 5 to 10 minutes of form drills and plyometrics. It will take time, 3 to 6 months, and also increasing your cadence will help. This will fix a lot of your running form issues. Enough from the sponsor, who is us. We'll get back into number 4, breathing, which is, I'll call the energy booster. This one's huge, and a lot of runners get it wrong, myself included. It wasn't until I saw we called them sports medicine. I was taking a sports medicine class back in high school. And I remember she was, the sports medicine teacher was like, try to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. This doesn't work if you're sprinting or at the end of races or you're doing hard workouts. It is in through mouth, out through mouth is best. But when you're running easy, I try to train myself to breathe in through nose and then out through mouth. And I also try to sync it with my steps. So 3 steps in, 2 steps out. This all depends on so many factors, how fast you run, what you like naturally doing, but try to get some sort of a rhythm. Different paces will mean different types of breathing, as I said before. Stay relaxed. If you're gasping, slow down and reset. Why it matters. If your breathing is all over the place, your energy is too. Nail this and running feels way easier, I promise. All right, this is the 5th one, stride length, the efficiency hack. Stride length is where people mess up because they think longer is better. It is not. Now, as I talked about in a video about cadence, it is all about the pros. They have longer stride length, but they use less energy because they can bounce off. This goes back to form drills. This goes back to higher cadence. So what you want to do is aim for controlled, smooth steps. Your foot should land under your body, not way out. This goes back to overstriding. And this is where people, when they want to take longer steps, they actually reach out. And when you reach out, you end up overstriding. So this is, let's say this is your body. These are your hips right here. Your foot lands out here. You want your foot to land under. Form drills do that, especially B-skips. B-skip is such a valuable drill that I love doing, and it makes your body think and know that you're landing under and then propelling yourself up while keeping your hips forward. Avoid overstriding because it's like slamming on the brakes with every step. The right stride length keeps you efficient, reduces impact, and helps you run faster without feeling like you're working harder. This takes time. So that leads us into number 6, the last one, which is cadence, the rhythm of running, just like dancing cadence. This is just a fancy word for how many steps you take per minute. Aim for 170 to 180 steps per minute. Think short, quick steps, not long, slow ones. That will cause you to midfoot strike and also not overstride. You will stride normally. You will land as close to under your hips as you possibly can. It will feel weird at first, but it makes a huge difference in efficiency and impact. Why it matters, higher cadence means smoother runs, less pounding on your body, and more energy to spare. And guess what? I did an episode that I'll hopefully have a link of right now, but you can also go to the link in the show notes or the video description below. I have a free download, 6-month improve your cadence plan, or you can go right here to the QR code if you're watching. I just want to give all the stuff away for free. I want to help you become a better runner through these 6 steps. Final thoughts. Here's the deal. Running form doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to work for you. Start with one thing: posture, arms, breathing, cadence, foot strike, and give it a week or 2. You'll notice the difference. And don't overthink it. I know it's a lot. This is progress, not perfection. If you found this helpful, check out the free guide in the description for more tips. As I said before, go run smarter, not harder. Thanks for rocking. If you want to find out more about what we talked about in this last episode that you just listened to or watched, go to this next video right here.